Hey everyone, welcome. I am MisterBo, and today we are going to be talking about the Winter Festival Grand Prix. Now we know that the current Grand Prix, the Neon Circus, will be ending on December 8th, which means we're most likely going to be seeing the launch of the Winter Festival at around December 13th, the day after the Game Awards on December 12th, in which we might get something new revealed for Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, or we might get something new revealed for Crash Bandicoot in general, and if we do, then you can be sure that I'll be covering it here. But we're going to be talking about the ideas that I have had for the Winter Festival, ways they could make it a little bit more exciting. That includes just things they can generally do on the new track as well as the other tracks to make them a bit more Christmassy themed, some new game modes they could add like we saw with Ring Rally, as well as a bunch of other additional things. Now over on Discord as well as here on YouTube, I did ask you guys for ideas for things you would like to see changed or added into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Now most of the things that you guys suggested were quality of life improvements and sort of overall general ideas. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking all of your ideas and I'm going to be putting them in a separate video because there were a lot of them, and if I add them to this video then you're probably going to be here for 20 to 30 minutes and you probably don't want to be sitting here for that long. So later on in the week I will be taking all of your ideas and feel free to add to them still. You can go over to the community tabs page or you can go onto our Discord page and put them there. Now with the Winter Festival Grand Prix, we've already had a data mine going over the new characters we're going to be getting, the new carts we're going to be getting, as well as the new skins we're going to be getting. Now I will briefly be talking about the characters that we're going to be getting. Now if you don't want to know about any of those spoilers, any of those leaks, don't worry, because before I get to them, I will warn you and I'll put on screen the timestamp so you can skip forward to when we're done talking about any spoilers. So the first idea, which I think a lot of people have kind of assumed we might be getting, in the new track at least, but hopefully maybe in all the tracks, is a change to weapon crates to make them presents instead. Now I've already seen something like this in the Spyro circuit where they changed the Wumpa Fruit crates to gem crates instead, and that was an awesome addition. But it'd be really cool if they could change the crates to presents, maybe a different colored present or maybe one with a massive bow on it for the Wumpa crates, and then put that in every single track for the duration of the Winter Festival Grand Prix. Now another thing I would like to see done with crates, and I'm not entirely sure about this at the moment, but is for Beanox to include something like what we saw with the Spooky Grand Prix. Now if you played the Spooky Grand Prix, you will know sometimes when you hit a crate, a ghost came out of it and then it flew around the track and you had to try and chase it and capture it. Now that was a really cool fun mechanic. It gave tracks kind of that little bit of a spooky theme, and it was an overall just really fun challenge for the Nitro points. And I would like to see something similar to that in the Winter Festival as well. Now again, I'm not entirely sure what they could do. Maybe a reindeer comes out of a box and you have to chase that around. Maybe some sort of shooting star. Or maybe like when you hit a crate, it gives you a free snowball power up and you can throw that at someone and freeze them for a little bit. Or if you throw it at someone and it hits them, it makes their tires feel like they're on ice, so they're skidding around a little bit more. Or perhaps like you see in Mario Kart with the squid, when you throw a snowball at someone, their screen gets covered in snow and it makes it a little bit harder for them to see where they're going. Something to change up the gameplay a little bit. Now you could limit that just to the new track, or you could have that on all tracks for the duration of the Grand Prix again. Now speaking of like ice power-ups, I think something that would be really cool to add in with the Winter Festival Grand Prix but make it a permanent thing is a brand new power-up. Why not add the ice shards from CNK? Now if any of you didn't play CNK, basically these were like a potion or a TNT crate where you'd put it on the ground and then if someone crashed into it, it would turn them into an ice cube. They'd spin out and then again it would be like they were driving on ice, so it would be a little bit trickier to drive for a couple of seconds. Now I think some of the CNK power-ups were pretty fun and they would work pretty well in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, and I feel like the ice shard is the perfect one to add with the Winter Festival. With Spooky, we've seen the new engine types get added in. With Neon Circus, we saw a brand new game mode get added in. I feel like it's only about time that we saw a brand new item get added in. Now another idea that I've also had plays into an elimination type game mode that I would like to see, kind of mixing it with a game of tag as well. Now this could take place in a battle arena track, or you could try and make it fit to a normal race as well. And my idea is you have one person be Santa Claus, and the other 7 people in the race are all elves. Instead of having a limit of 3 laps, you could maybe increase this to 7 laps, or you could just have it on a timer. And the idea is you have Santa Claus racing around the track and these 7 elves trying to tag him. You have to actually hit your cart against their cart in order to take Santa Claus from him. You then get a Santa outfit on you and they get turned into an elf. Now obviously, to stop someone from stopping still, reversing, turning the other way and going the complete opposite way on the track, if you stop for a certain amount of time, or if you go in reverse and go the other way, then Santa Claus gets passed on to another random person. Whoever is Santa at the end of all the laps or at the end of the time limit wins the match. Now obviously it might be a little bit complicated to do and it might need some tweaking in places, but I think it could be a pretty cool, fun, just limited time game mode for the Winter Festival. And if you wanted to make it a permanent game mode, then you could take out the Santa and the elf theme of it and just give it a new theme that makes it work when it's not Christmas. That way you then have 7 people kind of all working together to try and get this one person who's driving along. Maybe the Santa gets a 1 or 2 second head start at the beginning of the race, and maybe you could change it so if you just hit that person with an item, you get it from them. But you have all these 7 people working together, and then one of them gets Santa Claus, and then everyone turns on that person instead, and you're trying to get those blue flames so you can just tail it out of there, making sure you dodge any TNT crates, because if you hit one of those, because whoever then puts that down gets turned into Santa. Or you could flip this completely on its head and make it an infection type game mode, where you have one person starting as, say, an elf, everyone else is Santa, and if that elf hits someone, then they get turned into an elf as well until every racer is an elf. I just think we need to see some more variation in some game modes. Yes, we saw Ring Rally, which was awesome, but I want to see some online game modes. If they're not going to add online cups anytime soon, give us some variation or some limited time modes that we can play with others online. Now the final thing I wanted to talk about does include some data mined information. So if you don't want to know about any data mined information, you can go to the timestamp on screen now and that will take you past all of this spoiler talk. Okay, so let's talk about the new characters that are coming. We know we're probably going to be seeing Rillaroo, Yaya Panda, the new character of Hasty, as well as maybe Chick and Stew. Now I think something that fans really liked in the Neon Circus Grand Prix was the inclusion of King Chicken, and not only the inclusion of him, but the way you unlocked him. You had to go into adventure mode, collect these golden eggs, and then eventually you would unlock King Chicken. Now I would love to see more ways to unlock characters other than just getting them in the Nitro gauge or buying them from the pit stop. If we do get Chicken Stew, maybe they can do something similar where we have to go out and do these challenges, complete them in order to unlock ourselves Chicken Stew. Now off the top of my head, I can't really come up with any ideas. I would love to see some inclusion of maybe sort of new boss battles. So when you eventually get the ability to unlock this character, in order to actually unlock them, you need to beat them in a race on a certain track. Because that was really fun in adventure mode, and especially when doing the Purple Gem Cup, just racing against all the bosses on one track was just a lot of fun. So maybe they can implement some kind of new way to unlock some of these additional characters that we're going to be getting. But of course, these are just my ideas for what I want to see in the Winter Festival. Now I do know that the Winter Festival is probably all locked in at this point. We're not going to see any additional stuff get added in through these ideas, which is completely fine. Maybe we'll do another video like this in a couple of weeks talking about the future Grand Prix that we're probably going to be getting in January, February, March, April, May. Who knows how long we're going to be getting them for, but we can do another one like this, including some of your ideas as well. But of course the discussion doesn't stop here. Let me know in the comments below what kind of cool ideas you would like to see implemented in with the Winter Festival. And of course, if you want to leave me ideas in general for what you want to see added into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, head over to the community tabs page. You should be able to see a post at the top there asking for your ideas, or you can head over to my Discord. There's a link in the description below. We have a really awesome, nice community over there. And in the Nitro-Fueled chat, you'll be able to see my pinned message asking you for ideas, which can include quality of life improvements. A lot of people are asking for no item races, so on and so forth. So there you have it. Now don't worry, we'll have some more Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled videos every so often leading up to the Winter Festival, and of course when that comes out you can expect a full blowout like we normally do, streams, races, character guides, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy this video, then let me know by clicking the like button. If you're new around here, subscribe for more gaming content and coverage, and if you do, also tap that bell icon so you're notified when my future videos go live. I have been really busy over the last couple of weeks, as well as ill multiple times, so hopefully we're getting back into the swing of these videos as well as streams, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But thank you very much for hanging out with me. I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.